So I'm back with another test using my Emberlit wood stove, this time with hardwood charcoal, the lump charcoal type. So this looks like it might be something worth doing. It's a small stove, won't hold a lot of charcoal, but if my experience with the charcoal so far proves true, I think this will be reasonable use of the charcoal and the stove. So let me get set up and see if this is something that's going to work. Stay tuned. Okay, Emberlit stove, chunk charcoal, different sizes. I don't know how much it's going to take to fill this up, but I'm sure it's not going to use all of this. I'm going to light it with one of the zip cubes. Just nice and quick. Not the ideal thing to use, as it is a chemical, but I'm always impressed on how quick these light up and burn. So I'm going to light it, drop it in. Try to position it in the center a little bit. Start putting some pieces of charcoal in on top of it. I think I missed an opportunity to drop some smaller pieces down in there. There we go. It occurs to me as well that as this starts to light the charcoal up, if the charcoal starts to drop downwind in and I want to continue my grilling, if in fact it does produce a good grilling heat, I can just keep adding charcoal to it. It's not something I have to start all over again from scratch. If it starts to work out well, then I can just keep adding. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this light, and I'm going to keep an eye on it until I can't see the briquette or the lighter, this lighting cube at the bottom. I do have 2 cups of tap water ready to put on. Again, it's not the point of this test to see if it'll boil water. If it will, it's a bonus. It's just an idea just to give you a sample of how much heat it will produce. I can see I do have a very light breeze this time, so I'll probably put a windscreen around it, but I'll bring it back when it looks like it's ready to put the kettle on. Alright, it's just been over 5 minutes since I lit the briquettes up with the zip cube. There's a bit of breeze. I think I'm going to have to surround the stove entirely with the windscreen, but their briquettes are going nicely. I think it's time to put the kettle on. Let's just see what happens. If in fact this does come to a boil, I'll bring it back. Okay, it's been 10 minutes since I put the water onto a boil. Steam coming out of the whole top of it. And we have a nice boil going at 10 minutes. Again, it wasn't a point, but it does give you an idea just how much heat this is generating. I think that's a little hot. Lift the kettle off. I think I'll have to cast a shadow for you to see what's going on inside. A lot of beautiful heat coming out of those coals now. You could definitely grill over that. Let's do a hand test. 1/1000, 2. No, not even 2 full seconds. So yeah, there's a lot of heat. You know, I'm thinking about the reality of grilling over an Emberlit stove. There's definitely the heat happening there, but we're talking about not quite a 5-inch square. You could easily grill for 1 person. 2 people, you're going to be doing a lot of shuffling of whatever it is you're cooking back and forth, and I suppose that's not bad. But the other thing I'm realizing is that it's very hard to control the heat. The only way to control the heat is to get your grill up a little higher off of the coals. So you'd have to rig up something or maybe suspend something over it. But it's certainly doable. What we're seeing is charcoal burning very nicely, a lot of heat being generated. You could definitely cook over that, and as I just proved, you can boil water over that. Alright, so we'll let this go until most of the briquettes have been consumed, and we'll see how long that takes, and I'll bring it back. So 35 minutes into the test. 30 minutes. Let's see. 2, 1003, 1004.5 seconds holding the hands there, so it's quite low, but you know, it's working. It's still good heat, but I think this is probably where I would stop grilling, or I would have grilled everything I wanted to cook by this time. So I think I'll give this test a call and close up with some closing comments. Stand by. So what are my closing thoughts on using charcoal in the Emberlit stove? Good alternative. My only reservation is the surface area that you can use for grilling. It's such a small opening to the top of the Emberlit that, you know, you're going to have a hamburger over it, yeah. Small steak, yeah. A couple sausages, yeah. But, you know, you're probably cooking for yourself. Could you do 2 people, maybe 3? Yeah, but you're going to do a lot of juggling, moving things around so they all get an even amount of heat. Those considerations aside, the charcoal worked very well in the Emberlit. 35 minutes into the test, the charcoal was still usable, mostly gone at that point, but that's fine. That's more than enough time. It did bring water to a boil in about 10 minutes. That's acceptable. Not what I was looking for to see if it would bring, well, I wanted to know if it would bring water to a boil, but that wasn't a criteria for a successful test. So hopefully I'll be in the woods for the next time you see a video from me. It's been a little bit of time now since I cut my finger, and I think it's now ready to go back into the woods without reopening it. I did reopen it up once, had to put some steri strips across it, or steri strips. So I think I'm ready to go back into the woods now, and the weather's turning nice. I want to get out before all the wild edibles have all gone. I'm looking right now for fiddleheads. That's what I'll be looking for when I go out. Anyway, until you see me again, do get out and explore. Take the path less traveled. It'll make all the difference. Bye for now.